Though the identity of this man is unknown, we do know some of the things he said. Here are some of them. I'm your host Yusuf, and these are 10 chilling things the Zodiac Killer has said. Make sure you're subbed to the channel and ring that bell to get notified whenever we upload new video. Anyways, let's report some crimes. At number 10, the Zodiac Killer was infamous for leaving ciphers and codes at the scene of many crimes, some of which are still unknown to this day. Zodiac loved to toy with law enforcement, often completely mocking them in the notes he'd leave behind. One of his quotes is this: "I want to report an assassination. No, a double assassination. They are 2 miles north of park headquarters. They were in a white Volkswagen Carmen Gia. I'm the one who did it." There he goes, toying with the police. Many criminals have tried to mess with the cops while on the run, but most of them got caught in the end. Zodiac was clearly too smart for that. Number 9, Zodiac had many wishes and thoughts about the future. His thoughts of what happens after passing away are definitely out there. "I like ending people because it is so much fun. It is more fun than ending a wild game in the forest because man is the most dangerous animal of all. To remove something gives me the most thrilling experience. It is even better than getting your rocks off with a girl. The best part of it is that when I pass away, I'll be reborn in paradise, and all that I have ended will become my slaves. I will not give you my name because you will try to slow me down or stop my collection of slaves for my afterlife." That's the craziest theory for the afterlife I've ever heard. At number 8, as said earlier, Zodiac just loves clowning the cops. Want another example? Here's another quote from him. "The police shall never catch me because I have been too clever for them." See? He's honestly just trolling them at this point. And the worst part is that he was right. The police really did never catch him. The Zodiac ended 5 known victims in the San Francisco Bay Area between December 1968 and October 1969, operating in rural, urban, and suburban settings. He targeted young couples and a lone male cab driver. His known attacks took place in Benicia, Vallejo, unincorporated Napa County, and the city of San Francisco proper. 2 of his wounded victims survived. The Zodiac claimed to have executed 37 victims. He's been linked to several other cold cases, some in Southern California or just outside the state. Number 7, the Zodiac didn't just threaten and make fun of the police. On some occasions, he sent letters to newsletters and publishers. Here's a note he sent to the Chronicle. "This is the Zodiac speaking. I am rather unhappy because you people will not wear some nice Zodiac symbol buttons. So I now have a list, starting with the woman, that I have a rather interesting ride for a couple hours one evening a few months back that ended in my burning her car where I found them." It seems here that he's alluding to an assassination he committed involving burning a woman's car. The thing is, no such execution was found in link to the Zodiac. Was he making it up, or have the police just not found him? By the way, I said that note as it was written. He has like purpose spelling mistakes in all of his notes. That's very confusing. Number 6, aren't convinced he hates the police? I got another quote for you of him ridiculing them. Here it is. "This is the Zodiac speaking. Like I have always said, I am crack proof. If the blue meanies are ever going to catch me, they had best get off their fat butts and do something, because the longer they fiddle and fart around, the more slaves I will collect for my afterlife. I do have to give them credit for stumbling across my Riverside activity, but they are only finding the easy ones. There are a hell of a lot more down there. The reason I'm writing to the Times is this: they don't bury me on the back pages like some of the others." Zodiac intentionally spells many words in his notes incorrectly, along with adding various letters and numbers at the bottom of the notes occasionally. This is to give hints and clues for the police detectives to solve the ciphers he gives them. At number 5, when Zodiac stated that he would make things much harder for the police. "This is the Zodiac speaking. Up to the end of October 1st, I have ended 7 people. I have grown rather angry with the police for their telling lies about me. So I shall change the way of the collecting of slaves. I shall no longer announce to anyone when I commit my crimes. They shall look like routine robberies, executions of anger, and a few fake accidents, etc. I'm sure this slowed down the hunt for the Zodiac, as without his announcements, an execution could be from anyone. Copycats were sure to be happy about this, as they could pretend to be the Zodiac when they execute people." Number 4, when he wrote a note on the back of a comic strip. The Zodiac plays the police and the public like a joke. He attempts humor occasionally, and this quote is one of these times. "This is the Zodiac speaking. I thought you would need a good laugh before you hear the bad news, and I can't do a thing with you. Could you print this new cipher on your front page? I get awfully lonely when I am ignored, so lonely I could do my thing." The reference of needing a good laugh is because he has the note on a comic strip. The Zodiac threatens to continue his crimes if the ciphers don't get posted on the front page of the newspaper, chilling the editors, I'm sure. Number 3, when the Zodiac threatened a detective. On October 27, 1970, Chronicle reporter Paul Avery, who had been covering the Zodiac case, received a Halloween card signed with the letter Z and the Zodiac's crossed circle symbol. Handwritten inside the card was the note, "Peekaboo, you are doomed." The threat was taken seriously and was the subject of a front-page story in the Chronicle. Soon after receiving the letter, Avery received an anonymous letter alerting him to the similarities between the Zodiac's activities and the unsolved execution of Sherry Jo Bates, which had occurred 4 years earlier at the City College in Riverside in the greater Los Angeles area, more than 400 miles or 640 kilometers south of San Francisco. Avery reported his findings in the Chronicle on November 16, 1970. Number 2, when he explained his initials and left a bad movie review. Of further communications sent by the public to members of the news social media, some contained similar characteristics of previous Zodiac writings. The Chronicle received a letter postmarked February 14, 1974, informing the editor that the initials for the Symbionese Liberation Army spelled out an Old Norse word meaning execute. However, the handwriting was not authenticated as the Zodiac's. A letter to the Chronicle, postmarked May 8, 1974, featured a complaint that the movie Badlands was execution glorification and asked the paper to cut its advertisements. Signed only a citizen. The handwriting, tone, and surface irony were all similar to earlier Zodiac communications. The Chronicle subsequently received an anonymous letter postmarked July 8, 1974, complaining of their publishing the writings of the anti-feminist columnist Marco Spinelli. The letter was signed The Red Phantom, Red with Rage. The Zodiac's authorship of this letter is debated. Number 1, his last note. On March 3, 2007, an American greeting Christmas card sent to the Chronicle postmarked 1990 in Eureka was rediscovered in their photo files by editorial assistant Daniel King. This letter was handed over to the Vallejo police. Inside the envelope with the card was a photocopy of 2 US postal keys on a magnet keychain. The handwriting on the envelope resembles Zodiac's print, but was declared inauthentic by forensic document examiner Lloyd Cunningham. However, not all Zodiac experts agree with Cunningham's analysis. There is no return address on the envelope, nor is his crossed circle signature to be found. The card itself is unmarked. The Chronicle turned over all the material to the Vallejo police for further analysis. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video or found it interesting, leave a like and comment down below, and we'll see you next time on Crime Time.